Hello everyone and welcome. This is Christine with Patter Crafts, and today's video I am just grabbing a pack out of this blue bin that's in my craft room. This blue bin contains a bunch of mini collections from the Scrapping for Less card kits that I've not used up. One of my crafty goals again this year is to use up pattern paper. I had that goal last year. I feel like I used a lot of pattern paper, but I did not use enough pattern paper because I don't feel like I really made a big dent in it. But anyway, so I thought one of the first ways that would probably make me feel good about using up my pattern paper is to finish up these mini collections. The nice thing about all these mini collections is I have no more than 6 sheets from any collection, so I should just be able to sit down very quickly and make anywhere from a couple of cards to more than a couple of cards. In this particular case, I was able to get 4 cards out of what was left in this little mini pack. This particular pack is from the February 2020 Scrapping for Less card kit. The pattern paper is called Be-Youtiful. It is by Scrapping for Less and it is no longer available. The sentiment I'll be using today comes from the Uniquely Creative Essential Sentiments stamp set. I did pull out the stickers that came with this mini collection, but I do not end up using those. And if I'm to be honest, I don't think I'm going to end up using them. So they are going to go in a box in the craft room that things go that if I don't use them by a certain time, I'm giving myself 6 months. So if I haven't used them by June, it's time to de-stash them. I won't be de-stashing things like this on any kind of platform like Etsy or anything. These will probably just go into a box and I will just sell them at a yard sale this summer. My husband and I have been going through our entire house and kind of like taking a good honest look at the things we have and if we are really going to use them. So we've been really taking notice of items we have. Do we use them? Are we keeping them around for the maybe one day we'll need it? And so we have been creating quite a pile in the garage. So um, anyway, that's probably where this stuff will end up that I don't end up using. There's definitely a box that's been started because I have spent the last few weeks going through my craft items and really paring down what I have. I feel like I'm very overwhelmed by the amount of things that I have. For me personally, I feel pressure to use things that I have, and if I don't feel inspired by them, it adds to that pressure. Like it's a never-ending cycle. Like I feel like I need to use it, but then I'm not feeling creative enough to use it, and I don't know. Am I the only one that feels that way? So I really went through and anything I knew that I was probably never going to use, I put in the box that is in the garage. Now there is another box, but that is in my craft room, and that is for things that I truly love and I'm hoping I use, but if I don't use by June, then they need to go into that box in the garage and find a new home, and hopefully somebody will love them as much as I did probably at one time. When I first started card making, I would go to yard sales all the time to look for crafty items, and I picked up so many cool things, and I would be super excited to buy a box of craft supplies at a super cheap price and get it home and be able to go through it, and it was always fun and exciting, and I'm hoping that maybe I could pass that on to somebody else. So that is what I'm going to be doing with a lot of the crafty stuff that I won't be keeping in my room. So for these cards, now we're going to go ahead and start putting them together. They are not going to be put together in the same way you saw me kind of lay them out a little bit when I was trimming the pattern paper and matting them. And that is because I knocked them off my desk. Yes, I did. When I started to think about putting them together, because of course I paused the video to go cut out these circles. So for the mats on these sentiments, I used black cardstock and I used a mini scallop circle die. And for the um, area I stamped the sentiment, I just used clearly white cardstock, but I used a regular circle die. So as I was trimming those out, I was like, you know what? I really think these are going to just look so much better on the black. I'm using the black to mat the sentiment. I feel like the whole I used the black cardstock for almost all of the mats on the pattern paper, so I really think I need to go in that direction. So then I sat back down and I opened the little arm on my paper trimmer, and there they go on the floor. Not a big deal. They're just not put together the way I envisioned the first time around, but clearly I didn't notice, and it's okay. So um, we're just gonna use up some of these foam dots. These are some other items that are sitting in my craft room that I want to use up. I don't tend to use that kind of foam adhesive anymore. I really like using the foam that comes on those big rolls, but I do have several little odds and ends of these kinds of foam dots, foam squares, foam circles, all kinds of stuff. So you might see some more of that because I want to use those up as well as some liquid glue, because I have several little bottles of liquid glue that need to be used up, especially that multimedia mat. I think I have like 3 or 4 bottles of it, and after a while it almost kind of separates and I have to shake it up. So I've decided I really just need to I want to use it up because I don't know if it's going to go bad and then not to be able to be used. So we're going to definitely add that to the things that we're going to try to use up this year. The inside of these cards, I am just putting a simple white mat. I'm not even going to use a die to cut them. I'm just going to cut them to 4 by 5 1/4 and then just adhere those to the inside of the card. So nothing special on the inside. So you're not going to see me do anything with the inside because nobody wants to watch me just trim up some white cardstock and glue it in the middle. If I did something special with it, I would, but I thought these would make some really nice note cards. So we're going that route. As part of this mini collection, we had these enamel dots, just a small strip of them, and we're going to add 3 to 3 of them and then 2 to 1 of the cards. I was really hoping to get the 3 because you know how they say things like better in odd numbers, but I didn't have enough to do 3 on each card. I almost thought about pulling in my Nuvo drops and try to like fake it, but that was not going to happen. I didn't have anything that matched that pink. And to finish, we need a tiny bit of sparkle, so I am grabbing the Spectrum Noir glitter brush and going over the sentiment that says, "Hello, beautiful." So thank you so very much for watching this video today. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I hope you get inspired to use up some things that are in your stash. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button. But until next time, bye.